a building that we're needing to put a second floor back on again. It's one of the first buildings that was built out here. We didn't get to it in time for the game, so it's taped off. Be sure don't go in the top floor if it's taped off. It's
Sorry.
objective back here.
I wasn't trying anything.
Number three.
You guys got that?
Also, at this point, if anybody's got any questions on anything in the regular rules or the special rules, now's the time to ask. Nobody.
What are the special rules?
What, Joe?
What's a good hit and what's a bad hit?
Good hit is anything on Smoke and Joe Stayback. A bad hit is when one bounces on Smoke and Joe Stayback. By the way, any of you guys that have heard about Sherwood Forest and always hear us talking about it down here, Joe, the owner of Sherwood's here playing with you, so if you want to ask him about the field, he's the guy to talk to. And it's Faust's birthday.
Happy birthday, Val!
One of the things I'll go over real quick before we wrap this up, because like I said, it's going to be short and sweet. We'll have the commanders up in a minute. Air insertions. Last year at VIP, we tried something radical, and as happens when you try things that are radical, some of it worked, some of it didn't, but players really embraced the idea. They said, hey, I think if you adapt this a little bit more, it's really going to be cool. So I've tried to meet that, look at it, and tweak it a little bit. Hopefully it'll work better this time. What we're doing, as it said in the rules, and we posted special rules online, every 20 minutes is a regular insertion at your base, just like normal, with 5-minute window. Hot insertions will still apply just like usual. However, on the top of the hour, the commander has the option of choosing either 2 air insertions, an air insertion and a ground insertion, or a total ground insertion. Air insertions are limited to 15 players, so if he's got more than 30, obviously he's going to have to do air and a ground. There'll be a long rope for each air insertion. Air insertion entry point. You're staging for an air insertion will be up at the corner of this woods right up here, and at this entry point to the field in the netting. Meet the ref there. Whoever's in charge of each air insertion should show the ref on the map. We want to go right here to objective 3. Ref will take them at that point to that objective as soon as the window opens. When they're escorting you, they'll have a flag of your color. They'll be carrying it like this. You'll all be holding the rope. They'll walk into the objective. At a couple of 100 feet out, you start your approach. Every third person, that means person 3, person 6, person 9, etc. Those people are door gunners. Everybody travels with their barrel sock on. When the ref lifts his flag up to make his final approach directly at the objective, the door gunners may go gun up at that time. Only the door gunners. Pick targets at will and fire. The idea is to put down suppressive fire so when you land, everybody can get off. So keep that in mind. Your job is suppressive fire. The ref makes his final approach to the objective, which will be about the length of this stage. He's going to be carrying the flag like this. Door gunners will be firing. You'll go 3, 2, 1. When he drops that flag, everybody's in play. The rest of the players can go gun up at that time. Everybody can open fire. Everybody understand that? Yep. Now, at about that approach distance, if they see that that objective is too hot to make the landing, they get one optional relocate. Has to be within 300 feet of that objective. So if they're headed for here and they say, no, that's too hot, we want to go there, he's going to immediately sweep and go to that alternate landing zone and drop you there. Same rules will apply. If you guys are seen adjusting to the helicopter flight, the only way it's going to work is if they're allowed to actually get into the game. I know it's very tempting to just keep them out of the game, but we actually want to game the players on the field. So if you're already at the LZ, then that's the way it worked out. Fine, play the game. But if they make that alternate choice and go for there, if these guys all get up and try to run over and cover that LZ, the ref will make a circle and make sure that you guys get shot out before they land. Let them in the game. That's correct.
They can't shoot the ground.
Yeah, pretty much it's a high approach and they come down at the last minute. So, I mean, if you were on a real battlefield, everybody wouldn't be running around. Anybody have any questions on that?
They're at an objective.
Okay, other than that, this is one of the most important things. This is probably the single most thing that made VIP what it was last year and made it so enjoyable for the people that were there and enjoyed it. The lot higher standard of behavior and sportsmanship that's enforced in VIP games.
Probably not.
What that means, if you're part of a team and the refs come out and they tell me, okay, team so-and-so, they're kind of playing on a little bit, they're not checking their hits, they're being rude to players, cussing them, whatever the issue is, if it's over the top, we're going to call out one representative, first guy we can find. Hopefully it's the team captain. If it's not, it's whoever we find first. We're going to pull him aside and I'm just going to tell you, look, we're having this problem with your team. You got about 30 minutes or so to make a difference on that, straighten it back out, okay? But when I tell you that, you're going to go, okay, I'll take care of it. And you're going to walk out there and take care of it. If after that time, if it doesn't straighten up and I don't hear different from the refs, I'm going to call one of you out again and I'm going to say, okay, I'm sorry, it's time for you to leave. And you're going to very politely and professionally say, okay, I'm sorry it worked out that way. I'll try and take care of that with my team in the future. And you're going to pack up your stuff and leave the property. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Does everybody agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't agree to that and you can't abide by that, right now I need you to come up and see Cookie. We'll give you a refund. Does anybody have a problem with it? Okay. That's really, last year, all the refs came out and everybody said, man, why can't all games be like this? Because everybody's checking their own hits, everybody's being good sports. This is awesome. That's what I'm trying to recreate again this year, because that's half of the draw for this, is just the fact that you can have a game without all that bullshit, without having to tolerate it. So I appreciate the cooperation of everybody, and I know all the other players here do as well. Other than that, I'm going to bring the commanders up one more time. Is there any questions anybody wants to ask? All right, we're going to go ahead and bring the commanders up. First, we have an unofficial award that I was just asked to give out, though. Where's body count? Oh, hey, body count. We got a shirt for you.
It's not a Beyonce shirt, is it?
Photo op.
You can't escape me. You're going to put that on right now, right? You got to wait. Oh, we've also got charity raffles going
Says
on. If you
got
want
balls.
details, we've got our new embroidered stuff. We've got graphics, all that stuff.
What is it? A little kid shirt?
Other
Don't
than
even
that,
do it.
where's our commander?
Hey, I know.
Go out there and play with it.
That gas station has big, like 3-foot dolls.
I want to thank both of these gentlemen for stepping up, especially not that one's better than the other,
I almost wanted to buy one.
Judge stepped up at the last minute. Ninja had some health issues and was unable to fulfill his
They do
duties.
look
The
alike,
judge
don't
stepped
they?
in at the last minute. I think he's done an excellent job. How about a big hand for both of them?
Looks like the on your cheek.
They look like brothers.
Also, if there's anybody out there who's picked up their package, you need to pick it up. We've got 4 up here that weren't picked up. And anyway, all the way from the frozen north, because that's what it is right now. Vespas and the region rep.
I'm honored to have you all playing for me. It's kind of humbling when you're asking all these people that you play with all the time to come out and support you, and I really thank you for doing that. Thanks a lot. Other than that, I don't want to go home with the commander pennant, okay?
You're the commander from Team Reboot. Judd. Just like Desmond said, I'm glad all you guys come out here. Blue side, red side, it doesn't matter. These are some stand-up players here. We're going to play some hardcore paintball today. I'm very, very excited about that. I love Desmond to death, but, you know, I really want him to go home with the commander. Other than that, red side, we know what we need to do. Let's get out there, let's get it done, let's get this game on.
Yeah!